So let's talk about how to build your personal brand, along with a couple of top tips and some things that people, in my experience, will often miss or not quite get right when it comes to creating their personal brands. Now, by the way, as you're watching this video, if you like it or you have some perspective to share, then please like and comment down below. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button just below this video, that side. And you will get 3 videos like this every single week around online business and also mindset and basically becoming your best self and becoming unlimited, right? So like, comment, subscribe. Now, when it comes to personal branding, a big mistake that I see a lot of people make when they start in business, not just online business, but business, is they will start focusing on what logo should they create and what colors should they choose, and what is it that they're gonna put out there to get people to subscribe or buy or whatever. And that is completely the wrong way round of starting to look at personal branding. Because what's at the center of personal branding? It's the personal, right? It's you. It's you, who you are. And so the question then is, who are you? Or more importantly, who do you want to be, right? And when we can start getting crystal clear about who we are and who we're portraying in ourselves to the market and what we want to be a stand for, through that lens, we can start to look at what value do we give to the market, who specifically do we want to give value to, and in what way. And it's all built around this core of yourself. Because here's what happens, right? When people start in business, if they focus on like the logo and how do I get people to buy, and what do I do with my brand that's going to get the most sales or generate the most revenue, what they end up doing is they end up building a company or companies that don't represent at the core who they want to be, and they end up feeling inauthentic. They end up having to show up in a way that is not in line with what they value and not in line with who they want to be being and not in line with what they want to be, creating in their life. And they end up in this situation where they feel trapped and they feel that they are essentially a slave, or they've got to be fake when they're showing up in their own business. You do not want that. You've got to make sure that what you're doing in the business that you're building is actually in line. It's an extension of who you are. Because if it's not an extension of who you are and it's not an extension of what you value, then you will at some point end up feeling trapped and inauthentic in your own business. And I'll tell you something from kind of experience, it is a lot harder to get out of a business than it is to quit your job. All right, so if you think at some point it's hard to get out of an unfulfilling career, you try getting yourself trapped in an unfulfilling business. That's a whole nother level of unwinding to try and get yourself out of that. So don't build something that is not in line with who you are. So that then begs the question, how do we get clear about who we are and what we want to be a stand for when it comes to our personal brand? And we've got to start looking at, what is it we value? What do we value most in the world? Ask yourself things like, what pisses you off? Like when people show up a certain way, when do they annoy you? What is it that people do that annoys you? Why does it kind of grate on you if people, like, for example, disrespect others? Maybe respect is actually a really important value for yourself, and that needs to be a centerpiece of your brand in how you show up and how you portray yourself. Right, so start really trying to ask these questions about, who am I? What do I value? And what do I want to be a stand for? What do I want to see in the world? And in this video, we're not going to, unfortunately, have time to really start picking apart all the aspects of how we are, the way we are, and so on and so forth. Like, I've been going through a really extensive personal growth journey in 2019, kind of built businesses, and 2019 has been a year of real personal exploration and development. Landmark Forum, if you haven't heard of it, Landmark Forum has been a major part of that for me. So definitely go check it out if you want to start understanding yourself. But the more time we can get clear about who do we want to be, what version of ourselves do we want to be living into, that's what's going to form the foundations of our personal brand. Right? So it's super important to invest time in getting clear about that. Who am I? What do I value? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be portraying myself as to the world authentically? Like, if I was free, if I didn't have fear, if I was fully self-expressed, what would I be doing? How would I be showing up? And who would I be being? And what would I be being a stand for? These are all great questions to ask to get clear about yourself. Now, once you've spent some time really digging into this and getting clear about, if you say, let's say you write down like your top 5 values or your top 10 values, or what's the one thing that you want to be a stand for in the market. From there, we can start really putting focus into what platform we're going to go on, or what platform we're going to start on to really begin building our personal brand and building out our message. And a lot of people make the mistake of trying to take on every platform at once, and that is literally the worst thing that you can do. It's hard enough to build a presence on one platform. Like for me, YouTube has been the backbone of my businesses for the last 3 years. And sure, I share my content from YouTube on other platforms, or now my team does it, which is great to be in this position where I don't have to do everything anymore. It's awesome. But even so, even with a team, if I was simultaneously trying to grow multiple different platforms at once, even 3 years in, I'd be really struggling to create enough content and content specific to every single platform. So YouTube has been the backbone. YouTube is still the backbone, and even moving forwards, as I do start to grow other platforms, YouTube's that centerpiece. That's just how I want to share my message. Like for me, video is really powerful. It's been something over the last 3 years that I put a lot of time into getting better at. And I also find that with the type of stuff that I want to be a stand for, like the mindset side of things, and how do we become our best selves, and how do we show up in business, all these kind of videos that I do, it's YouTube that's going to enable me to really share those videos and have a bigger impact. And so when it comes to choosing your platform, again, a mistake a lot of people make is they look at it from the perspective of, what do I think I'm capable of, and therefore what can I do, or what platform should I do? And an example of how that could show up is they might be like, I would love to be on video, but I'm just too shy on camera. I don't feel that I'm good enough. I don't feel that I've got enough value to share with people. So I'm going to stick to written content. And so my platform is going to be blogging, even though I want to be on video, but it's because I don't think I'm good enough. So that's showing up with a fixed mindset. That's looking at our current reality and saying, based on how I think I am in my current reality, what am I capable of? And then doing that. And it's very limited. The way to show up in this conversation is, if I could have anything, be anything, if I had all the money in the world, if I had all the time in the world, if I was literally, 5 years, 10 years in the future, and I was living my best life in every way that I could imagine, what would I be doing? How would I be showing up? How would I be giving value to the world? And then from that ideal of your best self, your best future, like your best case scenario, everything that you'd love to be doing, what would you then be doing? And that's what we need to step into. So if in that example, you would be being a stand for something like, global climate change, right? And that's really important to you. Then you've got to focus everything that you're doing onto moving in that direction. And maybe you want to be a voice for climate change. Maybe you want to, improve awareness across, the people, the population of, let's say, like you want to start on the UK, right? So let's say that you want to improve awareness across the UK of the impact of various things in global climate change, and then that's what you want to be a stand for. And you would be doing that through video, like getting video in front of as many people as possible. Well, use that as your basis for picking the platform that you're going to get started on. It doesn't matter if you don't think you're ready or you don't think you're capable. The important thing is to step into that by learning and by beginning to take actions that will move you in that direction. And it's going to be scary and there's going to be fear, but every single time that we go on any journey of growth or doing something beyond what we're currently capable of, we have to overcome fear. We're going to be stepping outside of our comfort zones, and part of doing that is we will have to overcome fear. Right? So never, ever, ever make decisions in business based on what you think you're currently capable of. Make them from the perspective of, if I had everything, if I could be anything, if I could do anything, if I was totally free, living my ideal life, what would I do then? That's the basis to make decisions from. That will pull you forwards instead of holding you backwards. Super important. And then the final two things are, once you've got to put some time into getting clear about who you are, what you want to be a stand for, what you value, and you've got an idea of the platform that you're going to be utilizing to get that message out, to get that value out. The final two things then are, how are we going to be educating people? What value is it that we can give to someone in their lives based on who we are, what we have to offer, and how, with our platform, we're going to do that? What value can we give to someone? And spend time, again, structuring and building your brand and your business around this whole idea of a value. And the value as well. Remember, the value is about how you want to be showing up and giving value to people through your personal brand, your value, how you want to portray yourself to the market. Because remember, right back to the start of this conversation, is if we're showing up or we're building a business that is not authentic to who we are and what we value, then we're gonna end up having to project an inauthentic, fake version of ourselves into our business, and we will start to feel that we're really going to start to feel that over time. You don't want to create a business that that isn't an extension of you. All right, so what value are you going to give to people through your platform that is an extension of you and what you want to be a stand for? And then the final thing, the last piece of the branding puzzle, which is where most people start, it's wrong. The final piece is then, how is that going to look? Like, what color palettes are we going to use? You know, what's like the design of our logo, the design of, like, you know, our font, for example. And there's a real science behind this. I'm not a branding expert. My branding was done by a company that I work with and partner with on quite a high level. They also do online business education. By the way, if you do want to check them out because you also want to get started in online business, I'll pop a link just top corner and also down below in this video. So it's going to be the link to starting online business. They help me with my branding. But brand psychology, you can go on Google, and if you type like color palettes or color psychology or color science branding, there's a load of articles from people that are a lot more experienced than I am on the psychology behind different colors. And if you're clear about who you are and what you value, it's going to make this exercise a lot more straightforward, right? When you pick the colors and start designing a palette around who you are, you'll see on, you know, the color science stuff that you can Google, you'll see that, you know, red can mean, in positives, it'll be like, you know, passion and drive and, you know, power and all those kind of things. And then the negative side of it could be like danger and anger and all that kind of thing. And each color's got its own positive and negative connotations that are associated with it, and how we, in our psyche, how we show up and respond to different colors. So, as I say, I'm not an expert on that part of things, but the first parts, right, getting clear about who you are, what you value, what you stand for, getting clear about the platform that you're going to go on based on your vision of the future that you want to create, not based on what you think you're currently capable of, and then finally how you're going to educate people through that platform, then hopefully that foundation should give you a good basis to really start building the palette, the font, and the look and feel of your personal brand. Do remember as well that whether we like it or not, we have a personal brand. We have a version of ourselves that we're projecting out into the world. And our social media, especially nowadays, like with visibility online of everyone, you can search for like LinkedIn, Facebook, you can look at people's YouTubes and like Instagram and everything else that's available nowadays. We all have a brand that we project out into the world. So it is worth spending time to get our digital presence, right, built in line with who we actually want to be projecting ourselves out into the world as. Because we can't escape it, we all have a personal brand, so put some time into working towards building a presence online that reflects who we really are. All right, so thanks very much for watching. I really hope this has been valuable. If you've liked this video and it's given you a few ideas or things to think about, hit like. If you have a perspective to share, maybe any particular value that you would like to share with others as well, comment below. A lot of people do get value from these comments, from your comments. So make sure you share that because it can help a lot of people. Also, if you have any questions or any follow-up videos that you would like, comment below as well. And then finally, hit subscribe. You should see that in the bottom corner right now. I do 3 videos like this every single week around online business, around mindset, psychology, etc., etc. So if you've enjoyed this, hit subscribe and you will get a notification whenever the next video goes live. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.